These are my thoughts. Okay, so it's 1 a.m., January 19th, 2025. And I randomly said, let me do a new podcast episode. This is episode 4. And on today's agenda, I'm gonna be talking about the ban on TikTok, which just solidified, which everybody going crazy about. I'm gonna talk about my trip to Mexico. I went for a couple weeks, and then I'm gonna talk about these Matrixpolitics for a little bit. So yeah, TikTok is now banned. The little prompt that pops up from the way that they phrase it, they make it seem like it might come back someday. I don't know. Personally, I never used it. I just was never able to resonate with it. The short videos, it's loud. It's very Gen Z. It's very. I mean, a lot of like people my age like it too, though. But it's very, to me, it was always kind of childish. It's loud. It's people talking about different random things back to back to back. And yeah, I just never really liked that. I tried to get on it a few different times because, like, being a content creator, TikTok is very easy to go viral on there. So I had actually planned on, like, once I came back with my content going steady, I was going to, like, post steadily on TikTok because stuff randomly goes viral on there. I actually have a friend who she posts and stuff just randomly will get, like, millions of views. So, yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully people will go back to having a stronger attention span. Yeah. What else is going on? Yeah, like I said, I recently went to Mexico. I flew into Mexico City, and then I flew to Cancun, and yeah, came back from there. My main motivation for going was to see the pyramids. I wanted to see Chichen Itza, and also Teotihuacan. I wanted to do it in one trip. But Mexico is huge, and those pyramids are quite far from each other, so that's why I came into Mexico City, so I could see Teotihuacan, and then flew a couple hours to Cancun and spent the other half of the trip there, and then got to see Chichen Itza. The trip was cool. I like, it's always cool to explore new locations. It just stimulates my brain. And Mexico City was cool. It's a lot of art there. As a creative, I felt very inspired to create new art. And also, it has a New York type of feel. Like, it's just, if you like city life, I think anybody that likes city life would probably like it. I've seen things online where they said, like, parts of it weren't safe, but I didn't really feel unsafe. Like, I was in the parts that I think they say aren't safe. I was there, like, at night, just chilling. I didn't feel unsafe. Only thing was it was kind of cold. So for that reason, I wouldn't permanently live there. Like, when I flew in, it was like 40. I got in like 5 a.m. So, like, in the risings, it'd be super cold. Well, not super cold, but just too cold for my liking. I would rather be in a tropical place, somewhere that's, like, kind of always warm. More so like Cancun. I prefer the weather there. But yeah, my time in Mexico City was pretty cool. I had an Airbnb that was, like, on the 22nd floor of this luxury apartment building. So that was cool. Did a lot of excursions. I went to Frida Kahlo's house, and we biked around the neighborhood. What else I do? Did the pyramids. Did like a historic tour in the center. I did a bunch of stuff. It was really fun. And then when I went to Cancun, my main goal was to see Chichen Itza. So I did like an all day thing. We went to like the cenotes and we swam. That was fun. Oh, and then I'm mostly always on my trips is solo trips. So I went solo. I was like the last one to get on the bus, and end up sitting next to this girl that was also like from the States. And we just basically became best friends for the day and was each other's photographers. And so, yeah, that made the day way more fun. Like I told her, I was like, I don't think I would have enjoyed the day as much if we didn't end up meeting and stuff. But yeah, it was super cool. We went to this buffet, the cenotes. They did a tequila tasting. Then went to the pyramids. Yeah, it was a cool day. So yeah, one thing I noticed that was very interesting is that, like in Mexico City, when you are in the historic center with all the like, where the most of the people be, like all the churches and all the government buildings and all that, they have like vendors out everywhere, but they have people doing like these Aztec reenactments, and they have on like the feathers and the whole the costume or whatever, and they do like blessings or like cleansing, spiritual cleansings with the herb. I gotta find out what herb that was they was using, and they use, it's not sage, but it was something similar. It didn't smell like sage. I gotta do some research and figure out what they was using. But what was interesting is they do that. And that's an indigenous thing, but Mexicans also respect like religion. So like a lot of them are Catholic too, but they're able to coexist. I asked my guide, I did a walking tour, and she was saying like, yeah, both are respected. I was like, that's very interesting, because the colonizers, when they brought like religion, Catholic, whatever, I'm pretty sure, I mean, I gotta do some more research on it, but I'm pretty sure that, like, because, like, with wherever in the world they colonized, it was usually, like, shunning or putting down the indigenous ways, and anybody that still practiced indigenous things were usually, like, dealt with. So it was just very interesting to see these two things coexisting peacefully. Like, people could go pray in the church and then come outside and get an indigenous like cleansing. And so it just made me think about here in America. It's like most of our people are like Christian, Hebrew Israelite, 7-day, Baptist, Jehovah's Witness, like all of those. None of those are like indigenous though, like linking back to some indigenous tribal way of living in tune with nature type of thing. But I just think about how demonized in the indigenous way is in the minds of many Black Americans. Like, I just could never see it being that way here, where it's like, say you have some Christian church, Black church, and outside there's like, you know, a Yoruba ceremony going on or something. Like, there's just such a disconnect there. And yeah, that was interesting. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Yep, and then I was gonna speak about, so the inauguration is on the 20th tomorrow. I call it Matrixpolitics because that's what it is to me. Like when I do go out the country, it's like the things going on here, it's like they don't exist. And it's because, like, I don't know, I just feel like this country is like the Matrix. Like, coming back here from other countries, it feels like I'm respawning into a Matrix simulation. So, like, politics and all that, it just, it be like it's not real to me. Like, it be seeming like entertainment more than anything else. So, yeah. People that's like really into the Matrix, though, for them, I guess it's a big deal. But personally, yeah. Yeah, that's all I made note of to talk about for now. And yeah, these are my thoughts.